Would you ever be in a public relationship again?
After having to release that document,
Do you feel like you guys starting to stream together led to you seeing the incompatibilities?
I could be in the longest, ready to be engaged, and if all my friends sat me down and said, out of love, we don't think it's right. Hi. What's up, YouTube?
And that's our intro.
No, it's actually trippy because I was watching this morning, the last episode.
Thank
The
you so
finances.
much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
we
there.
lost so much money. It's so fun.
You'll make it up at the end of the year.
That's what
Remember?
I love to think too. I don't know
I'm agreeing.
how, but I'm manifesting the money to come back to me.
Patreon.
That too.
What if you
That
did
too.
Patreon vlogs?
Ooh, we could.
I don't know. You could
I was gonna try to do that in Paris, but I did not have time, sadly. But it's a good idea.
Yeah. Are we live? Woo! Wait, have you guys ever thought about doing a live pod? Sorry, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Like just stream
Yes.
this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, not
No.
Oh, I see.
In-person audience.
Oh, live. Oh, that's fun. Like buy
Yes.
tickets to Sweet and Sour.
Way
Yeah.
better.
Ooh, okay. Sorry. And separate. Action.
I love Leslie.
Me too.
Never
Zoop.
change, Leslie.
Zoop.
I feel so much at
Thanks. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 38 of the Sweet and Sour podcast. But more importantly, the Fuslie episode. Da-da-da.
Woo! Hi, everyone. Wow, this is
No
weird.
way, you're so excited.
Because
So
I'm in the
cute.
podcast
Yes.
that I watch. It's
Oh,
awesome.
Thank you.
But walking onto the set, I said it felt like a Hollywood, when you go to
It's
Hollywood.
like getting a tour
Yes,
of
and you
like
see
a set.
oh, that's a set of Friends, that's a set of this, set of Sweet and Sour.
We're so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me, guys. We've been kind of building up to this one for a while.
Oh, we've been flirting publicly.
I know.
We've been DMing publicly.
And we
It's
have.
been very
I've
fun.
been clicking and I'm time stamping, and they're talking about me. I gotta say stuff. We got tea to spill. We got
Oh,
a lot
hell
to
yeah.
go over. I mean, I don't know. Do we?
Of course. But before we begin, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh. Well, hi, I'm Leslie. I've been a content creator streamer for 10 years. I just celebrated my 10-year February 21st, 2020.
Happy 10 years.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
That's so exciting.
I know. We're all like 10.
Unk
Hell
status.
yes.
Unk, all of us.
No, I'm
Why
above
why
10
not
years.
auntie?
Auntie.
Auntie's cute.
Unk is cute too, though.
Unk's crazy. I ain't no unk.
We're unks. A little bit. Well, not you.
Ugh.
Me and Lily a little bit. A little bit.
Leslie and I.
We
You guys
embrace it.
enjoy
We
that
embrace
too?
it.
Lily and I, actually?
Okay, Lily and I are unk status. We've been doing this for 10 years. When I started, you guys were
Yeah, we'd been there a little
yeah,
bit.
I know.
What year did you start?
2015. But I was starting League in 2014. So it was I was watching you
Really?
guys. And then I think in 2015 early, that was when my roommate Alex was watching a lot of Becca. And then
Oh.
yeah, I know. And
I
then I was
remember that.
yeah, I was like, what's going on? Why are you watching somebody and not playing yourself? And then I was like, that's weird. And then I downloaded Twitch that day, and then I found your YouTube videos, and then I found Poki's Twitch. And I was like, wow, she has it all together. This is so cool. There's a live chat and the layout. I screenshotted your purple layout. I remember. I was like, this
Thank
is
you.
goals. I'm gonna have it one day like this. And I drew it out, but hid it because I was so embarrassed because I didn't want
So
people to know my dreams. But 10 years later, we out here. We've been
10
through
years
a
later,
lot.
your dreams became a reality.
Woo! And you guys have a podcast.
And you're on it. Well, we're so happy to have you. I feel like you are just an absolute ray of sunshine in the friend group. You're always so bubbly, so fun, on and off stream. And you're the one who kind of puts a lot of things together, which I really, really, really
Oh.
appreciate. Especially as of late with the board game nights.
We have one this Friday.
Hell yeah. Are you coming?
Okay, let me explain why I can't go. A month ago, no, you have to listen to this. Toast asked me if me and Yvonne were free on the 30th, which is the board game night,
Yeah.
to 24-hour stream Elden Ring with him. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, sure, it sounds fun, I guess.
the thing.
But now I'm like, a 24-hour stream where we try to beat Elden with Yvonne
That's
and me?
ambitious, to say
Are
the
you
least.
serious? So that's why I can't. I'm really sad about that.
Wait.
Well, I'll watch you on. I'll think of you guys on the side. Just don't have too much fun playing Blood on the Clock.
we
Tower.
won't. So
I'm gonna miss you a lot.
It is a good time, I won't lie.
I can't believe you agreed to a 24-hour stream
Yeah, what like
with
what
Toast
like you're gonna just do it like
and
7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yvonne.
or 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. or like 24 hours of Elden Ring.
Are you gonna sleep? Actually, I'm guessing not.
Honestly, I might just what's that?
Huh?
I might just yeah, I'm just gonna sleep actually. Yeah, I can't do 24-hour. Like my body don't like stay up the way it used to. I
No,
did it once when I
the
was
way it
younger,
used
right?
yeah. It's true though. No, it's true.
No, by hour like 16, 17, 18, it just gets really, really hard.
That's the
Those are for
worst
the younger
time.
peoples, you know.
Even the younger times, it was
It
rough.
was hard.
Yeah.
Guys, we can't be talking
You're right.
like this
You're
on
right.
my
What's wrong?
podcast.
We
Get it
are
together.
young. We haven't even peaked yet.
Forever young.
Forever young. And we
This
are
is-
young.
This is
Honestly,
not get it together, everybody. Even people who are 60 don't feel young. People are accomplishing like their career highs at 60. This is the new age. What
I
are you
agree.
ending your life at 35?
I agree. No, I'm
Never
done.
kill
I'm
yourself.
done with the talk. I'm done with it. The old talk.
Yeah, let's
No,
stop
because like
it.
the
Stop
more you
it.
say it,
Let's
the
stop
more
it
it's true.
It's true. No, I agree. I think I'm done with it. We're done as of today.
You know, Margot Robbie
Yeah.
and Barbie was like such a big career highlight of hers. That was like 35.
She's 35?
Yeah.
I thought she was younger than me. Margot Robbie?
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like you
swear.
guys are
Fact
so
check.
age obsessed
How
with
old
yourselves.
is Margot Robbie?
She's 34.
Okay, but like yeah, wow. No, I agree. We
And
it's-
even then, she looks young as hell.
It's not like, but it's also like the outside societal
No,
blah
I
blah
know.
blah
I
blah.
know, and
You
people-
know.
Yes, but the more you repeat it to yourself, the more that you are echoing those same ideals and reinforcing them in your mind. Unk is crazy.
Unk is crazy.
As two beautiful young women, Unk is. Why does Temmie look so high right now? I'm so sorry. She really was so high. Oh, there was one last week on my side. I think that's the same one.
there was a what?
I didn't want to kill it. A little spider over
Like
there,
a
but I
little
think he
one.
came here.
He's
Don't
still
worry.
around, don't worry.
He's cute and he's cute,
He's
so
so
you can't
tiny.
kill him. Yeah.
I don't
should name
mind.
him.
I don't mind.
I'm not gonna lie. If he was bigger, I'd kill him. But he's cute and little, so I don't mind.
I burn it. I know people say you shouldn't.
You're
But,
cute and little, so you get to live. But if you were big and ugly, you
but the second you have some girth to you, you know, when it's like a and there's like a spot, then you're dead.
Yeah, Leslie
know,
hates girth.
I do.
She's told me about that
I
before.
did not. We have not spoken about girth.
Well, I agree with you in terms of spiders entirely. So happy to have you here. We have two recent things to
Mhm.
discuss for you and Miss Lily. For starters, let's get it out of the way. Lily's not really herself today. I know. What does that even mean? Well, why don't you tell us?
last night I was at the club and stuff, and like Yvonne was
Unk, by the way, last night I was at the club.
no, cause like they played our K-pop song thingy
Hell yeah.
at 12:30 a.m. So I'm like, oh, I want to be there for that. That sounds fucking, and it was really
It
cute.
was really
It was
cute.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yes, and I drank a lot, and I had a good time. We all danced, and it was so awesome. Then after we went karaoke, we drank even more and sang even more. And Leslie and I sang "We Don't Talk About Bruno"
We
as
did.
per usual.
We did.
And then,
That
you went
damn
home.
song.
I did.
I went to Sunmyeongdang with Broden.
Shut up.
We took a lime scooter. We just scooted down K-Town at 4
Just you
a.m.
and Broden?
on a lime scooter.
Isn't it awesome? The scooter
4
life?
a.m. lime scootering
vibe.
is so fun.
Yeah.
You need to. Actually, I cannot imagine Poki lime scooter.
But
I would.
you do it.
Would you?
I've lime
streets
scootered
are-
before.
The streets are so empty. That's why I love it.
You feel so free.
Yeah.
You're like, whoosh, and you're
So
just
we
like,
went to Sunmyeongdan, ate a bunch of food. Then I finally came home at like 6, and just crawled in bed and died.
6. We went to sleep at the same time. That's when I was like,
Oh God.
what are we doing?
What was your night till 6 a.m. like?
Wow. Okay, so similarly, Yvonne was like, hey, do you want to come for the Never Have I Ever? They're gonna play it at the club. And I was like, that's awesome. I'm
They're
in.
gonna play us at the club.
Yeah, so we went and we did a pregame at this guy named Brandon's place.
Oh my God,
Brandon.
Who's Brandon?
Brandon is like one of Yvonne's.
Is he cute?
I mean, what kind of question is this?
That's
Brandon
a very
is-
simple question.
I mean, he is a guy.
Skip it.
He's single.
Skip it.
He's a guy,
He's
and
very
he's
single.
cool. He's cool. He's very
Oh,
single,
very's
and
not
you can
good.
understand
No, no,
why.
no, no.
He's a very strong, abrasive first impression. I told him,
Oh.
I was like, your first impression is terrible.
Describe it.
It's so abrasive. He just like talks like really aggressively and logically, and he doesn't care about your feelings. And so I'm like, I don't like this guy. But then Yvonne told me, I didn't like him either. And I was like, okay, so I don't feel like so weird about it. But he grows on you like he's like
Like a tumor.
a tumor a little bit, yeah. So he grows and grows, and you're like, all right, yeah, you're not bad. So we go to his place, we do a little pregame, and we're throwing the shots back.
Damn. How many shots?
I think 2, and then we stopped, and we're like,
Mhm.
we should probably wait for more than 3 people to be here. It was literally 3 of us. I was like,
So
okay.
funny.
So then, it was 4 of us. And then finally, like the next wave of people come. It's like their friends, and then their friend's cousin. Anyways, shot, 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 shot. And then we start doing
So
monkey
sweet.
type racer. And
Oh, I love that.
What's your worst per minute?
well, it wasn't so good. It was like 120.
It's amateur.
What's yours, Lily?
I can go up to 160 on a good day.
Damn.
I've done 180.
I can also do 180
Damn.
on a good day.
Probably on a good
On a
day.
good day.
Well, damn. Well, the funny thing
We'll
is that, like,
practice.
no,
Also, you were drinking, so
exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
I can't imagine me
Yeah, I don't think I
drinking
could do that
type. Oh
drinking.
no,
yeah,
I'd
we
be
were just type
bad.
racing that, and then we rally. Timmy comes, Destin comes. We all rally to the club eventually, and then we get there, and
Who's
it's like,
Dustin, by the way? Is it a Dustin I know?
oh, Destin. He was my
Destin.
Bronzy too. He's like Timmy. One
Oh,
of
I know
Timmy's
Bronzy.
Bronzy.
His name's Destin?
Yeah, his name's
Like
Destin.
Destiny without the Y.
Deston. Yeah, and
Oh,
then so
Destin.
we hit the
Deston.
Deston. Yeah.
Okay.
We go to the club, we meet up with everybody. And then there I was like, all right, this is big because the day before Toast had been doing big talk about how he is going to go up to a girl at the club, at the bar.
Oh, stop.
We were role playing how he was going to approach a beautiful woman and he was going to go up and
a beautiful woman.
he was like, I'm going to go up and say, hello, I think you're very beautiful and I would like to get to know you better.
He sounds like an NPC.
This is his riz out of his mouth. And we were role playing it the day before. And then so we had to see it in action. This guy did not talk to anybody. Not one person.
I'm so disappointed. Wait, why didn't you guys bully him into it? I would have made sure he could not step out of the club without doing that. Almost like a quest.
Yeah.
You're region locked until the quest is done.
No.
No, I bullied him. I saw him sitting, and I'm like, so, all that talk, no action. What's going on, buddy? And he's like, sitting down.
Dude, it was sad.
I called him out like at least 3 times because I'm like, hey, I'm here to witness you. Come
You
on.
talk the talk.
Yeah,
Where's the walk?
let's see it. And I'm like, what are you gonna tell your stream? The day after, with the stories. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna be watching so you don't lie to them.
And yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
I said, I was
Zero.
like,
Nada.
any beautiful women? He didn't do anything. I was shook.
I think he needs me because you bully from a distance. I bully up close.
How would you do it?
I am grabbing his arm. I'm bringing him down to the floor. I'm going, go ahead, tell me who you think is cute. And I'm leaning in. Go ahead. And then he'll probably do a very shy point. I yank his arm towards the lady and I say, hey, sorry, my friend has something to tell you.
You whip your head
Whip
around.
my head.
I did ask him, like, who do you think is cute here?
Yeah.
Name some people. And he's like, there's nobody here that I like or whatever. He said that. I'm like, oh, well.
He wasn't looking.
Boring
Boring.
and bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be like, well, she's cute. If I think she's cute, you probably think she's
Yeah.
cute. Come here.
So there was nothing. He did nothing. Then the song, we were in the booth. Drinks are going. Everyone's dancing. The Never
Hey.
Have I Ever starts to,
Never have I ever
yeah, like they do an announcement, like
Mm-mm.
a speech about you guys, right?
Wait,
Like
really?
there's like a photo of you guys that come up on the TV and it's like Quarter Jade, Lily Peach.
There was a
Yvonne.
photo that came up, but the guy was just there was a contest that night to see
Oh.
everyone got like a heart sticker and a thumbs up sticker, and you could give the thumbs up to someone who you consider a friend, whatever, and a heart to someone you love or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
And the
girl
person-
who thinks they have
yeah.
the most hearts like come up.
So someone who had the most stickers won a free table, and that's what he was announcing while the song was on repeat. And then the song played
that's
for
cool.
real. Yes.
Oh,
that.
Yeah, that was surreal.
I would have been farming hearts if I knew that was something.
I had a couple.
Okay.
Well, from some fans,
Ah.
I felt like it was a little like
Dude.
I didn't get a genuine like I like you. It's like hi Fuslie.
Hey,
here
they
you
probably
go.
do really
And I
like
was
you.
Oh. I mean, I don't know.
That's actually one of the reasons I never had a clubbing era, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
yeah,
But it's just
different.
every time I go, cameras come out.
yeah.
I'm like, well, damn. now I can't shake some ass. Otherwise, it's gonna be all over TikTok tomorrow. I do want to shake some ass,
You
though.
should.
You know,
You should.
I should,
Yeah.
and I think I have a right to, and I do at home frequently.
Yeah.
But with my friends at a club, I cannot.
Yeah.
And so I wish there was like a no phones allowed club.
I would
I
love
actually think that would be
actually.
so
No,
fun.
you're so right because even like pictures to some extent, like when I'm really drunk and I'm dancing, I just want to have fun with friends. And they tap me on the shoulder and they're like, "Can we take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "Of course I'm gonna say yes because I'm drunk and I'm lovable and stuff."
Yeah.
And then,
Drunk and lovable.
sorry, loving.
Loving.
You
But
are
both
lovable,
loving
you
and
are
lovable.
lovable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't mean
Both.
any of that. I'm so sorry. We clap.
Sorry.
Anyway, and then the flash comes on, and I'm like, I look so fucked
You're
up,
brought back to
bro.
reality.
I look so fucked. Please don't.
Now you're worried about, did I look good in that
Yes,
photo?
Yeah.
yes. There's
Is
a
it gonna go viral because I looked really bad?
yes, yes. The flashback. I think about it, and then I'm like, yesterday there was someone I met at the party. Like I just met them. Immediately they put their phone down, start recording us taking a shot, and I was like fine in the moment, but I started to think like,
That's weird.
where
That's
does this
weird.
go though?
Yeah, I don't like
So I didn't
that.
know, but I was like, it's just a shot. It's okay. But I was self-conscious a bit. I was drunk and I was like, oh God, like I'm gonna maybe regret that one. And I didn't like ask to look at it. And then at the club, a lot of flash photos.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude,
No.
I'm drunk and I'm like, ha. And then I'm like, frick. Like there's a sober voice in my head.
I
Like,
do think
don't
if
make
they're
that, you know?
recording you, they should always like ask.
Ask.
Because like if you just pull out your phone and just start recording.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a story. I have a relevant story. Michael and I went to this event recently, right? And we met a fan. And the guy's like, "Can I take a picture with you?" Right? And we're like, "Yeah, of course." So he takes a picture and then starts recording just immediately and starts asking us questions and asking him
Oh.
questions like an interview, right? And I could tell like I was getting like, okay, you just ask, But then it was like I think it was for his YouTube videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
you just gotta ask. I think
Yeah.
instead of just starting to record because that throws me off too.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I know, like, I don't know how to say no to photos. Like, I know,
I can't either.
yeah. I noticed at EDC, like, I was talking to Skara for a bit, and then, like, people were coming up and asking for photos, and he's like, actually, like, not a good time. And I was like, wow,
Scar's gonna say no.
you're really good at that.
Scar
I would
can
have been
say
like,
no.
I would interrupt anything. I'd get it from a meal, my friends, a great
Okay,
talk.
don't do that,
I know,
Leslie.
I
Don't get
know. I know. The only time
And
I've
burp.
turned down photos is when I was sobbing at the airport alone.
a.
I know. I
Wait,
was.
I'm sorry. First of all, they asked you for a photo when you were sobbing.
I don't think they noticed I was crying, but like I was like looking down at the airport just crying, and then someone like, "Hi, I don't mean to bother you," and I look up and like clearly I'm crying, and like, "Can I get a photo?" I was
Are
like,
they still asked
"Yeah."
you?
I think they like planned, and then they saw it, and they're like, and I was like, "It's not a good time." Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it was so awkward,
That is
man.
so rude.
I know.
That's so rude.
Yeah, I know. I was like head down, headphones in, type of like, I'm like,
That's so
yeah.
sad.
I know it was, and I was like, damn, like I'm like,
But
they
you
still want-
set a boundary there. That's good.
I almost did
and
say
you can
yes.
give
Almost-
yourself
I was almost
more
like-
space, more boundary.
Yeah, it always feels good to set the boundaries. What I realize when I say no, I'm like, oh,
You're
that
like,
felt.
oh.
Say no.
And there was no like huge
no.
consequence
They were just
for
like, oh,
saying no.
Yeah, they just said, "Oh, I'm so
Thank
sorry, I didn't
God.
realize," and I was like, "It's okay." don't
With
worry."
most
Yeah.
people, at least. Most
Yeah.
people will be really nice.
Instead of being like, "I don't care if you're crying, I still want the photo." I was like, "What?" Yeah, that or when I'm eating like mid meal, sometimes I'm like, "Like, you want me to get up,
Let me
stop
finish
eating?"
my food
Yeah,
and then ask, and I'm so happy to do it.
those are the two boundaries I think:
Wait.
food or like crying, sobbing, and eating.
Why were you crying, honey?
I don't even remember. It was at the air. I don't even know. Like
Aw.
I was
Makes
just
no sense.
so.
I feel like airport is so specific.
Yeah, like was I sad? It was so long ago. It might have been like I was like leaving Washington because I was sad. I was leaving Edison at the time, like long distance. I think we were in
Aw.
long distance,
Yeah.
and then like I was like leaving him. When I'm in a long distance relationship, I get so emotional when I
Oh my God, I
separate.
would be the same.
I like sob and sob, and I look so needy because it's like I think 1 month into dating, I was like, okay, and then I was like,
If
oh
I was
my
your
God, look
boyfriend, I would just move.
I look so pathetic.
I can't do this to her.
I get so attached so fast. I'm like, everything's fine, And then they're like, it's okay. And
Girl, me too.
yeah, so it's probably that.
That's so cute.
How we start talking about that?
Fans asking for
yeah.
photos at weird.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the club.
At the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did take a lot of photos, so if I look fucked up, please don't post.
Yeah, you can tell. Like if you look at it and you're like, ooh,
I was really drunk.
yeah, like
There was
know.
one guy at near the end. He was basically like, "Hi, nice to meet you." Blah blah. Like I was at the edge of the table, right? And he like starts holding my hand like this, like with both hands, and I'm like, Oh,
Random guy
I don't know you.
grab your hand,
Grabbing my hand.
intertwined fingers.
Yes, like just both hands like this. Like, you're so blah, 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 just talking to me. I'm like, okay, I can't really hear you. So I'm like, okay. And then I start talking. He comes back and starts grabbing my hand again. And then
Sorry.
Random guy.
one of Yvonne's friend who was
Oh.
at the table was like, do you know this guy? And I'm like, no.
No.
So he starts being like, it
Oh.
was like so weird. I'm like, really? People just do that.
Oh, they get confident. Like guys get
Oh
real
my
confident
god, I
at
bet in the
club.
back of his mind he's like, I'm holding Michael Reeves' girlfriend's hand. I'm
What
stealing
the
Michael's girl. He was thinking I'm stealing Poki's girl. Don't ever hold anyone else's hand ever again.
I got two hands. One for Michael.
Exactly.
Bruh.
That is why
No.
God gave you two hands. One for your boyfriend, one for your girlfriend.
Exactly.
I'm
yeah.
over here, hey.
You can have my other one.
There
don't
we
worry.
go. Yeah, no, the guys get confident at the club. They get like something about the atmosphere. You're like, the hell?
Everyone's drunk.
It's the alcohol,
It
not
is.
the atmosphere.
That's true. That's true. At
Close,
one point, though, I
though.
was like, it really was EDC up in there. It was a good time.
Hey.
It was
It
really
was
fun.
overall very fun.
Very fun.
Like just friends together drinking.
Do you guys like dance at the
Yeah,
club?
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
We were breaking it down.
were
At one point,
down.
someone goes like, "Do you headbang?" And I was like, "Yeah, headbang." The song goes, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're headbanging now." So it was like the music got crazy lit.
Nice.
But I think Yvonne was a bit stressed initially because she invited so many people. She was
Mm-mm.
like at the pregame, she's like, "I'm a little stressed because I invited 10 of this side and then this and then you guys and then boom and then there's no space at the table. Oh my god, I'm gonna have how
Aw.
am I gonna spend my time?" And I was like, "It's gonna be fun."
Yvonne's
It's
so
gonna
funny.
It is.
That's me when I did birthday parties before. Now I just do dinners. A party, like, think about it. Your own birthday party, you invite everybody and they're there to see you.
Yeah.
You have to see everyone. So I imagine that's how she felt organizing something like that. And she's the main point of reference for everyone.
Yeah, everybody knows Yvonne and like, okay,
Yep.
how do
It's
I
like
meet
you
everybody?
barely get to enjoy your night.
Yeah.
Plus, I have liked every time Yvonne invites me out, I
Mhm.
do get to meet her other friends, like Brandon and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've become like closer to them every time I see them, and they're really cool people.
They are.
They're very
Did
chill
you
people.
like Brandon?
Oh.
Sorry, what?
Listen, he's like the
He's-
guy you just want to yell at. I don't know how to explain him.
He's like a little shithead, but in like a good
In a
way,
good- yeah, he's a
I
shithead.
did warm up to him for
Yeah.
sure.
That's a good term, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people are shitheads.
When your friend is a shithead.
Ah, you little shithead. You in a
Yeah.
very affectionate
Yes,
manner. That's how
yes.
I would see Brandon.
Yeah. But it's
Hope
really
he's not watching this.
he,
He's gonna watch this 100%.
Shout out Brandon.
Brandon, wait till I meet you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
let
can't
him
be a
have it.
shithead to me, man. I'm a
So
shithead back.
No,
What
it's
are you
like,
looking for?
Are you okay? Yvonne has so many like friends outside.
Social butterfly.
Yeah, she actually is the most extroverted person I
She's
ever
very
met.
extroverted.
I didn't get it. Like she's like the way Brandon even put it. He's like the other day we went to pickleball and she was like, "Do you want to go to this event?" And I was like, "Do you know anyone at it?" And she's like, "No." I was like, she's like, "I just saw like the particle for it," and she's like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Wait, you want to go to an event where you know nobody?" And she's like, "Do you want to?" And I was like, "She's like, if you," and I was like, "This is the most extroverted thing
That's
I've
so
ever
cute.
heard."
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm
the
like,
thing is,
yeah.
that's how normal people are, I think. But as streamers, we're not.
I know. I don't know, but like it got me to do it,
Mhm.
and like I didn't mind it. I only ended
How
up.
was it?
It was fun. I was really awkward for like the first maybe 20 minutes, but we played pickleball. I didn't realize pickleball is like an insanely popular
Yes.
sport, and there are
Oh.
so many Asians who love pickleball.
Pickleball courts in LA are booked and busy for the next year
But it's
out.
like a social event. Like we went to two pickleball things. The first one was this one with like line of thing, and you put your like paddles down and you line up, and then they like open court pink, and then you like grab the next in line and you like put out your paddles. Then we went to this other thing called Court and Crew, and it was like 18 pickleball courts. There's food you could buy. Like it was like $4 for the skewers. Blah blah blah. They have music blasting. There
That's
are
fun.
hundreds of people, and I was like, what? And
Did
people
you
have their
meet anyone
babies.
new?
I did. I met friends of friends, and they brought theirs like hello, and I played
That's
pickleball. I was
cute.
terrible at it. Terrible. It's not good for uncoordinated people. Yeah. So that part's rough. But anyways, yeah, it was a fun time. I'm in my extroverted era. I'm going out,
I love
meeting
that.
people
As you should.
as I should.
As
As
you
we all
should.
should.
Actually, I have one odd thing to recall from the last week.
Oh, okay.
So, you know how a few of our friends live close to each other, the neighbors.
The neighbors.
So I went to my apartment with Ellum. I swung by, and it was after a gym session, so I just like showered, whatever. Ellum wasn't even there.
Okay.
He's always like, "Come over, I miss you." Nah, 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 nah. And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm going today." He's not there.
Damn.
He's in Texas.
Oh,
I
okay,
said,
recent.
"Okay, whatever." I went, showered, freshened up, whatever, and then I was gonna head back to my main apartment, which is silly to say. On my way down, my
Crazy.
side hoe and my main apartment and my side apartment.
Damn. That's crazy.
So I'm headed down the elevator and it stops on another floor and this guy steps in. Okay. He steps in, he goes, "You again?"
what?
I don't remember it. Deep down, I fear I've never seen this man in my life. However, I doubt my own memory. So I go, "Oh my God, hey."
You did the thing. You did the thing.
Honestly, I do it too. I get that.
Right? Because I could be wrong. He clearly knows me.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like,
You again.
"Hey." He goes, "Where are you headed?"
Oh no.
And
Mhm.
as soon as anyone asks me a question like that, I don't know, alarm bells, but just because I'm paranoid about giving out
Leaking, yeah, yeah, yeah.
information. And I also don't know how to tell him I'm going from my side apartment
Too
to my main apartment. I also don't want to say where my main apartment is.
Crazy.
Imagine I'm saying I'm going home and he's like, "You live here." I don't. Whatever. So I make some shit up. What's
Fair.
the first thing I think of? Obviously, matcha. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get some matcha.
Oh,
It's 6 p.m. And so I immediately am clocking myself. Who the fuck is getting a matcha at 6 p.m.? I mean, I still would. And so I even follow up with, even though it's 6 p.m.
Oh, she's yapping at this point.
Yes. He turns to me. He gives me a look like, you know, the emoji that has one eyebrow up? He goes, "Really?" I was like, "Yes." There's so many great spots nearby, which there are.
There
There
are,
are so
yeah.
many great spots. And he's like what? Like he's doubting me.
Dude.
So I tell him the matcha spot that I went to earlier that day,
So
as if
smart.
I'm going later. Girl, I've never Among Us so hard in my life. The only time that I can low-key lie is when I'm like fearing for my life. Not that I was scared of him, but I just am so scared of giving out information.
Fair.
Right? So in those instances, I'm like cooking some random shit up. Right? So I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to this spot. It's so yummy, blah, 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 blah." And he goes, "Oh, okay, okay. By the way, there was something I wanted to ask you."
What?
I'm like, "What?" I literally don't. You won't believe what he asks. You actually will not believe what he asks me. He goes, "Are you still friends with Lily Pichu?"
What?
And the thing is,
Like 2 days ago? Like
yes.
What?
And the thing is, if you know of me, you might get away with asking that about anyone.
Mhm.
Even like you or Ray. "Oh, are you still friends with?" Maybe you hadn't seen us interact in a while. "Lily?"
Mm.
So he goes, "Are you still friends with Lily Pichu?"
The fact that he used my full government name is too.
Full government name came
He
out.
said
yeah.
Lily Pichu. I turned to him. Now I'm giving him the eyebrow up smirk emoji.
Oh, awesome. A scripted event.
So I turned to him like, "We literally have a podcast together. Of course we're friends. I see her every week. More than once a week sometimes." He goes, "Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that."
He's an imposter, Poki.
No.
Okay,
way.
here's the
Vote
thing.
him out.
I have two theories. One, he is an imposter. Or maybe someone who recognized me but isn't really tapped in. I don't know. My second theory, hear me out, I know this is crazy. Maybe he thought I was Ray. He said, "Longer brown hair." Ray.
Maybe.
One other person has confused me for her before. They asked me about my dog. I said, "That's I ain't got no white dog." But yeah, I
Maybe.
also feel like in an elevator, I feel like that's unlikely.
You didn't recognize him at all. Like he wasn't like you've never. You again.
Yes. So I messaged Ray. Also, I was like, "Is this someone you've seen?" Because he said "you again," and I genuinely.
Wait, how did you say is this did you have a photo of him? Like how did you
I just described him.
Okay.
I was like, he's about Abe's height. He has like these square black frame glasses. etc., etc. She goes, "That's so weird. And I do stuff with Lily as well. What an insane question."
That is.
Anyways, she was like, she referenced a guy that also recognized her, but he had a bike helmet. I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
That is always a little bit of a concern when you like move into like a apartment. Like there are people who I went out the other night to like with Yvonne's friends again. And one of them, actually two instances that were kind of strange. One of them was like, "Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name?" And I was like, "Leslie." Uh, s- about a minute later, he goes, "Yeah, I live by the 100 Thieves compound." And then I was like, "Why would you say that? Unless you think I like what
Come
context?"
on.
And then fast forward about an hour later, he's yapping, yapping, yapping. And then he's like, "By the way, I did a case study on you and your friends, your whole friend group." And I was like, I flashed back to the, "What's your name?"
What's your name?
And I was like,
Also, I
"Hi."
did a case
Yeah,
study on
and
you.
I was
It's
like, "Wait, you know
insane.
everything. Like, you know, information
that
just
mean,
slowly
case
He's an
study?
imposter.
I don't know. I didn't ask,
What
but
does
I heard the
case
word
study
case
mean?
study, and I was like, the hell?
What does that
But it might have been like for industry, like I think he worked in the industry. So like I
It would
think he had to
probably
like
be-
put together
yeah.
some
So he
portfolio.
knew who you
Mhm.
were.
Yeah, but like I mean,
Pretended he didn't know who you were.
yeah, but at the
Dude,
same
I've had this
time,
happen so
like
many
I
times.
don't know if like what the right thing to do is like, "Oh hi, yeah, I know I'm very familiar with all your stuff," blah, blah. Or is it just like, "Hi, nice to meet you," and then slowly kind of be like, "I do, by the way, know." I don't know what I prefer, but it was just like I was like picking up really quickly. I was like, "Oh, you know everything." I was like, "Oh, so you know Tina?" You know, he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I know Tina." Oh, like, and I saw you guys went to this event like a
I
couple years.
think
I was like,
I
"Okay."
prefer the honesty because the other
Yeah.
way it just sounds like you're kind of lying. a
Yeah,
little
and I'm
bit,
like,
you know, and I'm like,
but then you're like not trying to hide it because you're like name dropping my friends, and I'm like, so you know how much do you know? Because I don't know how much to say if you know so much already. Like I'm not gonna go into my life story stuff if you already know things. I don't know. It was a strange one. Yeah.
I've had a situation where I'm walking in a convention
Uh,
and someone stops me. I have a mask on, incognito,
yeah.
and they're like, "Excuse me, your eyes are just so pretty," or something like that.
Okay.
"Your hair is so pretty. You're so cute." I'm like, "Thank you. What's your
Back off. She has a girlfriend.
The
and a
hell?
boyfriend? And what's your name?" And I'm like, "Lily." And then they're like, "Oh, Lily, Ichu?" And
No,
I'm like, you don't gotta do the
your eyes are so pretty.
because
Hi, are you?
it feels fake to me,
Yeah.
and then that throws me off. I'd rather you just be honest
Okay.
about it, right?
That's a little
But then
strange.
again, I'm also the type of person where I saw Astarion's voice actor in the hotel lobby and I couldn't approach him, so I played the Baldur's Gate theme song on piano, hoping he'd approach me. So like I did the same thing because I was
It's
so
fair, it's
nervous.
fair,
No, no, no,
it's
no.
fair, it's
That's
fair, it's fair.
different than pretending you know less than you know.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That's I think they like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think your way was very cool and nonchalant. I think as long as you're not pretending to know less than you do, it's all good.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I've
yes.
girl.
I have
I
another
have
apartment
scary
story.
things to
Oh,
say,
sorry.
please.
You go first.
No, I
We
was
got
just
so
gonna
many stories.
I
Yeah,
was
we
gonna
do. So
side
much.
note, there have been instances where like I'm seeing someone and like gauging whether or not they're a good romantic candidate
Ooh.
and they will pretend to not have seen things that I posted but like will have seen them.
How do you know? They just like leak it by accident?
Yes. Or I pick up on it somehow. Or actually the worst, and I've come to learn this is kind of hater energy, is when like they see cool things happening for you and they don't want to congratulate you.
Oh, that's
And then if you talk about it later, they're like, "Oh yeah." Cause like they know, but they didn't say anything. You know what I mean?
oh hell
Do you know what I
no.
mean?
Yeah, no, hell
It's
no.
like, well, but if you saw that, like, why didn't you say nothing? But I've also spoken to guys who are like they're so like they're so upfront about it. It's really cute. It'll be like the most obscure TikTok, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I saw this clip of you doing XYZ thing. It was so cute." I'm like,
Aw.
"Oh, thanks
Is that
for
like
telling me."
but like you don't like it's like overall
I
it's
actually
just
think
you
I think as long as
The
like
honesty.
yeah, as long as they're
be honest.
honest.
yeah.
It's the lying that gets to me. Like, don't lie that
Yeah,
you think my eyes are cute and
And then you know what
sparkly.
and then you're
Like,
like
you
Lily
know,
Peachy.
yeah, I
your
don't-
eyes are cute and sparkly, honey.
I look
Maybe.
like shit that day, man. Straight.
You never look like shit, honey. Okay, give us apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, apartment story. Okay, but side note question: when you meet or go on a date with somebody and they don't know what you do, like, how do you
How do you navigate
how do you navigate it?
I have been in that situation literally like twice.
Oh, it's
Everyone knows
Um,
everybody
it.
knows.
oh no, I just don't go on many dates.
Oh, okay. Well, like they have no idea. Like 2 times, they had no idea.
Okay, the thing is, the only instance in which that would occur is if I use a dating app. So again, actually, I went on like one date like that, I think. And the thing is, I can't be on dating apps. So I haven't really had the opportunity to be in that situation. But in any instance similar to that, I tend to be as ambiguous as possible initially.
Mhm.
Like, I'll be like, "Oh, I work in social media," and
Yeah.
then we could talk about some other shit.
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm a content creator." "What kind of content?" "Oh, lots of different things." It's like you're in a fucking Uber.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Liter
Uber
Yeah,
That is
that's
an
the
Uber
Uber
conversation.
conversation.
I do like to lie.
I try to be as vague as possible. However, the one time that this did happen, I'm 99% sure he'd Googled me and he already knew, so
Hard.
yeah, it is.
I was
Because
curious.
I wanna be mysterious.
Yeah.
I can't, my whole life is on
Because
the
they're gonna
internet.
Google you and then have all this info on you before you have any
Mhm.
info on them. And I'm like,
And I'm like, "The playing field is unfair."
it is unfair.
I think that's why people tend to date like within this space because you know each other's circumstances and stuff. Right?
Okay, sorry.
What's
That
your
was a
premise
side note.
story?
The story. Okay, so it's funny. Okay, so so I was me, Ellum, and Tarik went to.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, one last thing
Yeah.
I wanted to add about how much you tell them. Sometimes if I don't feel like it, I will literally just tell them, I'll be like, "We can talk about it in the future once I know you better."
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, like, you just set those boundaries however you please.
Okay.
Sorry, go on,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So basically, I was in the hot tub like about 2 months, a month ago. Tarik and Ellum would like, I don't know if they still do this, but they love tub time. They go and
They Girl, they talk for 4
They-
hours in the tub,
they
and
get-
then Ellum has to tell me about it.
they get so wrinkly. They have their bro.
They're like a literally raisin.
yeah,
They're
raisin.
raisening it up in the tub.
They like go. They went like they would go like 2 times a day.
It's tub time
They
with
literally,
Tarik and
I was like,
Ellum.
tub time. I'm like,
Fucking
damn.
show.
Tub time?
One time I did join them in the tub. I was like, fine. They're like, all right, let's go. Go to the tub, and we're chilling. And us three are just hanging out, and then a guy comes to sit down, and it's like boom, 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 and he's like takes the 4th spot. So you kind of like have to talk, you know. I'm not gonna be like. I'm like, hello. And he's an art. We find out he's a recording artist. And then his
Oh.
manager comes and sits down. They're hyping him up. And I was like, oh, cool. That's
Okay.
awesome. You like tour around a lot. And then this guy's like drunk out of his mind. And like, I find out that he's with somebody who lives, they're having a 40-person party. It's like, basically we walk up initially, I'm like, damn, this is crowded. And we realize that it's all connected to this one group and this one person. And he's like this excited Japanese guy. And he was like, you know, clearly a party animal. And he's like, yeah, we're going out after this. And I'm like, it's 11 p.m. What do you mean you're going out after? We're like, we're not sleeping tonight. You guys want some of this? Want some of that? We're like, no, we're good. We're good. So we just vibing with this guy. We end up talking for like 2 hours. He gets so excited. And then, God, this one guy comes up to me or like behind and he's with them a bit. And he's just like, oh, so you guys, what do you do? And we're like, oh, we stream and we play games. And then he's like, oh, I tried streaming one time. And I was like, how'd it go? He's like, I had like a couple viewers and then I got a host. And then I had 40 people watching me. I was like, whoa, let's go. And he's like, I think I made $100 from Twitch already. I was like, let's go. Like that, you know, and anyways, and then he goes, are you from here? And I was like, yes. And he's like, oh, like, because you speak right. And I was like, the fuck? I was like,
What
I speak
does
right?
that
He's just like, I
mean?
was just not expecting like that you speak so well, like English so well. I was like, I hope so because it's the only language I speak. Like, damn. But it was like, he meant well, but like, he was just like genuinely surprised. And
Your
it was-
English is so good
was
for
like,
like an Asian.
he said, you speak right. I was like, damn. So I was just like kind of like
That's
laughing to
really
myself.
funny, though.
It was hilarious. And he was just like, wow. I was like, yeah, all right. So anyway, so that was a side plot. Okay, so then we get out of this tub.
The racism was a side plot.
I was like, damn, all right. I hadn't been hit with that for a while, but I was just like, all right, you know, yes, thank you. Speak good English. And so then I get out of the tub, and the 2 guys, the guy who the manager and then his friend who lived there, they were kind of effed up, but they were like, hey man, can we follow you on Instagram or we follow each other? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we all like kind of pull out the Instagrams, and it goes like Ellen follows him. He's like, damn, you famous, right? And then he's like, you know, and then Tarik follows him and he goes like, damn, you even more famous. He's like, whoa, what do you guys do? And then he like scrolls through like, I think he like gets like on the suggested or something. And then he goes, oh man, this girl's so hot. Like this girl's hot. He flips the phone and it's Poki. It was so funny. We were like, no way. And he's just like, dude. And then we were like, we know her. And the guy's like, you know her? You know her like that? Wait, like, and then he's like, you guys like, and then he's like, no. Like, we're friends and stuff. And he's like, damn, like, you lucky as hell. And then his friend, like, literally, like, he goes to his friend, he's like, they know her. And then she's like, dude, holy shit, she's hot. I was like,
That's so
it was actually hilarious. Like flips over your profile on Instagram, and we're like, oh,
Ellum told me this
it's
story,
so funny.
and he told me that Ellum was like, "Oh, yeah, that's my roommate."
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "You live with her?" He was like, "Yeah." And the guy goes, "You tapping
Yeah,
that?"
he did say that. And then he's like, "No, we're just friends." And he's like, "Nah, like you're so lucky." Like it was crazy. Both of them asked
He was
separately.
parasocial IRL.
Yeah, but I just didn't expect it. We had
That's
spent the
pretty
whole
inappropriate, though, I will say.
It was
That's
crazy.
okay, but that's really funny
It was
though.
hilarious.
Oh
I
my
was like, I was
god.
dying. I was like, can't wait to tell them. That was so funny. I was just like flabbergasted. He was shook. We spent all night with them. Like, and
You still have each other added on Insta?
I think I do. I have a bad habit of like being forced to follow people on Instagram.
Wait, can I see?
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure.
I
have
think you
him.
can sort following by latest and you can find I'm so curious. And then we'll judge. He judged me, I'll judge.
I don't think I followed him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't follow him back. I didn't, but I let him follow me. So if you like search deep
She
enough.
said +1.
I get that issue sometimes where like, oh, let's follow each other. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really
I don't
you,
know
and I don't.
you.
Okay, I'll follow you.
I get
again.
self-conscious too because I get scared that people are gonna check who I'm following, and then they're gonna be like, "How do you know this person? This person?" Like I get like all in my head, but also like when people are like, "Follow me," I'll just like or they stick
Yeah.
their phone, you know, and then I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay." We had like 3 words of an exchange. Like I don't know you, but I feel like immediately like a pressure. So I'm like, people used to like or have a bad interaction at League LA one time
Mm.
10 years ago. This
League
guy
LA?
League LA, it was like a convention, like Summoners Con.
Yes, I
Summoners
remember.
Con.
Whoa, that term
2015.
threw me back, bro.
way back. Yeah.
Wow.
Summoners Con, this guy came up to me like a fan and he's like, "Hi there, nice to meet you," or something. And he kind of acted a little too friendly with me, like he knew me, like because he
Mhm.
watches my stream, he knows me. And he stuck his phone with an open contact. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like new contact,
That's
everything. He just was like,
crazy.
add. I was
You
like,
know he saw that on like some kind of pickup artist clip or something.
I was like, huh? And of course I gave him my number.
No.
I don't know, but he didn't fall, like he didn't
My
harass me
honey.
or anything. But I was like, yes. Should I type? And I was thinking, should I type a fake number? But I didn't. I was
I
like, "Oh,
feel
it's fine, I'll
bad,
just
but
ghost."
I did that the other week too.
You did? You did? What happened?
Yes, at fucking Jason the Ween stupid ass birthday party. Okay, but here's what got me. If a guy did that to me, I'd be like, come on now.
Yeah.
But it was a cute girl.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, she was kind of giving hustler vibes. She came up to me, she's like, oh my god, can we take a photo? And then she's like, Becky Ray, give me her number. Can I have your number too? Please, 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 please. And it's like,
Oh.
how do you say no? Also, I bet Ray did not even give her a number. But sorry, side note. I have a workaround for those situations because I hate saying no so much. I have 2 phone numbers
Damn, 2 apartments, 2 phone numbers.
in my one phone.
What?
You got 2 girlfriends?
No, I would never. Because that's not a problem I need to solve. Yes. You can have like 2 eSIMs
Like
and
a-
you can receive texts from both.
But like, are they both going to messages? Like, how do you? It's like a separate app.
Both to your messages, but it'll show like personal number or secondary number or whatever.
Like 2 tabs.
Nope. It'll just show like a little letter beside.
Oh, so they all
Okay,
come in through.
you see the one under Jake, how it has an S? The glow one? How it has an S on the side?
Oh yeah.
That says that it's like my secondary number.
Wait, that's actually so poggers, Pokemon. Sorry, I didn't know what word to use.
It is.
Thank you.
It
It's
is
also
genuinely
great just
poggers.
for security
Yeah.
purposes. So I use that number on any public profiles I use, like even like Sephora or anything
That's
like that. Because
smart,
sometimes you
yeah.
could get recognized by the person working there. They take a look at your profile. They got all your information.
It's true.
So it's like my number for whatever.
I need that.
And then I have my number for like my friends texting.
Ah, okay.
Wow. Many times I have forgotten my wallet.
That is true. I've
Many,
been
many,
there,
many, many, many times.
and I've tried so many times to help her. Usually fun for her lifestyle. But
actually,
at some point, she needs to fly on her own.
and that's why we have Cash App.
So that when you forget your wallet, you don't have a problem because you can still pay people in app very easily, seamlessly, and quickly.
Setting it up very straightforward. You don't need to wait for days. And if you end up sending money to a really sketchy account, they send a scam warning, which is good because I'm very gullible. My
That's
brain is
true.
malleable.
That's so true.
Thank you.
And for a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. That's free money, y'all. That's right. There's no catch. You just download Cash App, sign up, use our exclusive referral code, Sweet and Sour, and in your profile, all you have to do is send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App.
Oh, you're so cute.
Oh,
What the
thank you so
fuck?
much.
That's so cute.
Would you, use our referral code and get a free $10?
I will send $5 to you.
Yay!
One time I had my number leaked because I think it was Edison. He called me on stream and it was like,
Oh,
"You've reached the
oops.
voicemail of Leslie Fu or of ma, 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 ma." I let the entire number go out because he didn't like think about it, and then he goes, "Hey, babe." Oh shit! Like the entire number read out, and he didn't register.
That is very much like newer streamer
I was like,
behavior.
because your brain doesn't really
Rookie mistake.
click.
I know.
Actually, for Ludwig's like thingo, the streamer thing we just did, Point Crow was like, "Oh, like the last address." It was like, "Oh, we're going back to the original address," and I was like, 3-1. I just started saying the address because I was like, "Oh right," because I remember typing it in for the Uber and I wanted to like double check it's the right place. So I was like, 3-1, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my god,
My
oh my
bad.
god!" It was like it just came out. Like
I feel like it's especially easier when you're doing IRL
yeah. Oh,
because you're not like on your PC in streamer mode.
you're not.
Yeah.
You feel kind of safe all of a sudden. Like the leaks come out. Like I want to do more IRL and stuff. It sounds really
too.
fun. We should
But
all do more IRL.
scary.
I'm
But
so
it's
down.
scary.
But I would do it.
Yeah, like out
Better
and about.
in other countries.
Yeah. I mean, I just worry about, I don't know. I just get scared I'm gonna like be a nuisance or like I'm gonna leak something or like something bad's gonna happen. But I
Feel
feel like
that.
we should do it.
We should do it.
Should go out and about with
Let's
our little
go.
IRL phones,
Dance.
break into streamer university.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Well,
I
maybe I
agree.
think that's over, but do all that. It'll be fun. Anytime.
I
Hmm?
we could totally cut this if you'd like, but I see how comfortable you are talking about your interactions and instances with Edison in the past.
Mhm.
And that was like a pretty public relationship,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So I'm curious how you feel in hindsight, both about having a public relationship, a public engagement, and then also probably how difficult it was to decide to go your separate ways. And yeah, it's been a couple
It's
years.
been a while.
So I feel like maybe now, if
Oh,
there's anything you want to
yeah.
reflect on, it could be a good time.
I'm so comfortable with talking about that because it was so public. I think with Edison, like, man, it was great. We got engaged in 2019. We got engaged. So that was like 6 years ago. I was like ready to get married.
I can't believe she was gonna get married.
I was gonna get
That is
married. It was like my whole
is
personality, like
crazy.
fiance. We would call each other like finance, and like
I
I was literally
remember.
like, I know. And some people nowadays don't know that I was ever like. I told Foolish the other day, like I was engaged, and he's like,
Mhm.
"You were engaged?" And I was like, "You don't."
Actually, it's hard to envision you now.
Yeah, like he's like,
engaged.
"You don't." He's like, "I
Wow.
didn't know you then," and I was like, "I guess," but I was like, "That is such a core part to like who I was and like who like
If I could interrupt
Yeah,
quickly,
go ahead.
not just I feel like that was another life of yours, and also the you and Kimmy arc
Yes!
is the life before that life.
Yes! I think of it in chapters. I'm like, oh my god, there was like me and
Wow.
Kimmy, like this duo that like Kimsley, we did everything together.
Kinsley, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Oh
We had a
man.
channel together.
We had a little channel. We did like everything together. And then we did too much together. And then we're like, we need to stop. Because I would go somewhere like, where's Kimmy? Where's Kimmy? And she'd be like, say, where's Leslie? I was like, we're not the same person. Like, but we were like this. And because we're in the same school, same year, we like kind of just like fused into one. And then I think we became too close. And it like, especially like, it just fueled a lot of like tension. And we talked it out multiple times. We took a break from each other. And then we came back together. We hashed it out many times. We had really good talks, and now we have a much better relationship. And so we see each other every
That's good.
couple months, and
That's
every
good.
yeah,
so
and we're
good.
like,
Healthy,
it's so
healthy.
much better.
I can
Yeah.
imagine that's so difficult.
Yeah, it was rough, and also like Kimmy introduced me to Edison. So all this anyway. So yeah, with that, like I reflect a lot, and I'm like, wow. At one point, I was ready to just like become. I remember I wanted to do IRL streaming with just Edison. Like that was like my I wanted like my end all. I was like, we're just gonna be a little IRL streaming couple that does everything together. We'll go to
That
the
is kinda
farmers
cute,
market.
though.
So
That's
cute.
It was really cute. I did really love it. I just think like I did a lot. I ended up doing a lot for what people want me to do. Like I'm a people pleaser, so I see like that my chat and like everyone's like, "Oh my god, you too! If you guys ever break up, like this, and this," and I'm like, I was like Edison. I was always like he was. I don't know. And I realized for a bit, I was like, when I felt our relationship was like we were like really shaky. I was
Uh-oh.
thinking we need to stay together because we are gonna break people's hearts if we
That's
break up. It
so
wasn't even
That's
sad.
about.
crazy pressure to put on
That's
yourself.
sad.
I was like, what are they gonna say? Like, the people are gonna be so sad. And I kept thinking, I was like, stay together and almost like stay together for the kids. It kind of felt like that. I was like,
The online
I know,
kids.
it felt like that because it'd be like mom and dad, and like this is like my streamer mom and dad, and like you guys, like literally that's how it felt. And I put that and I branded that. It was like a lot of my own doing. And so I was like, I can't end it. But it was inevitable. It was like slowly we're like, this is for the best. And when we first broke up, it was chaos. Like I was so like I was emotional, I was left and right
Mm.
crying all the time. And then we finally got to a good spot where we saw each other at like a party and we were able to talk. And then now like we don't hang out or anything. And he has like a new girlfriend and everything. And but if I ever called him or like he called me or whatever, we'd be able to have a really great
Civil conversation.
civil
That's good.
So
conversation.
nice.
Yeah, and, like, if I see him, I'll never avoid him. Like, if I go to a party,
Yeah.
I walk up straight up, like, sometimes I go to, like, an event, and they're like, "Edison might be there," and I was like, "Okay," and I'll say hi. Like, sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
"Just in case your ex is around." I was like, "We're good." Like, yeah, so I think that was a different time. It really was. Like,
It's funny because you're so right. Like, now whenever I see a major online breakup, the comments are always, "I'm a child of divorce."
yeah. Yes.
But I feel like the reality is that it is really hard to make content as a couple. That's that's just layer 1. Okay, it's really hard to do that. It's hard to do that and manage a relationship on its even managing a relationship on its own, right? But then doing both, having something that you showcase to other people,
Mhm.
but also trying to keep some of it private and healthy. Even just having a business with your partner is not easy. But having a business with them and you are the business?
That was the big I think streaming, like, slowly ate at our relationship. I remember on Tuesdays, I would take them off, and before he was a streamer, that's fine, but then he became a streamer, right? And then he's like, "Well, if you're taking Tuesdays off, I should stream on Tuesdays because, like, we share a lot of viewership." I was like, "But I'm taking them off for us to hang out, though," and he's
Yeah,
like, "I'll just stream, like, half of Tuesday then, and then we'll have, like, Tuesday night," and I was like, "Okay," but then I was like, the heck? Like, I just started to realize, like, once he started to rely on streaming for income, like, he had to optimize, like, time off
Mhm.
and what we did together and his channel and my channel, and I remember one of the big reasons I started dating him was for stability. I remember being like, "Oh,
Oh.
he's my Microsoft man, and I'm like this crazy boom, 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 making this much, then making nothing, and making this and making
Mhm.
nothing, and it's so nice to have a rock." And he's just consistent, and I loved he was in his, like, button up, and I was like, he's older, like, this is it. He's the one. And then he also fell into a state of chaos when he came down and then saw the streamer life and was like, "Wow, this is fun, it's exciting." I couldn't blame him, like, how if I said you can't stream, that's so hypocritical of me. So I was like, "Yeah, give it a go." Actually, it was funny. I talked to my therapist about it a little bit, but like I was like complaining. I was like, "Oh, when I date somebody, like sometimes they drop their entire life and just like become like almost like, yeah, I'm Leslie's man, and these are Leslie's friends, and I'm gonna attach to Leslie's friends." And then I get upset, like, "Where's your life?" And then she was like, "Yes, but what leads them to that point? Like, are you like saying I don't want that? Or are you encouraging it?" And I was like, "Oh my God." I'm literally like,
Mm.
drop your life and join mine. Meet all my friends, move in with me, move here, do this. And then I'm like, why did you do that? Where's your own life? And
That's
she's like, yeah,
self-aware.
she clocked me so hard. I was like,
So
she's like,
funny.
not to, is this
Yeah.
just an observation?
Yeah.
What leads that? And I was like, you're right. Thank you, Karen.
But
Anyway, sorry.
that's not just a you thing
Yeah.
also. I think there are a lot of things that we end up disliking about the relationships that we're in that we also
Yeah,
cultivated.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Dynamics or anything else,
Mhm.
or even asking certain things from our partner and then being like, "Wait, that's not actually what I want."
You think you want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not easy. I'd love sorry, you have something to say?
No, no, I'll say it.
Mine is a question though.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Mm.
I think the healthiest relationships is you are your own person, right? And they are their own person.
Yeah.
I think that's why Michael and I have worked because even if I want him on my stream, if he has to do his own thing, he'll just say no. He has boundaries and I have my boundaries. So I'm like, you know what? This is good. I'm
Yeah.
really glad we didn't like it didn't go any other way. So you do need
You
your own
do.
independence.
I completely agree. Two
cute.
people coming together, not one person morphing into
I
the
know.
other.
Just I want to morph too
Yes,
sometimes because
sometimes-
I love so deeply. And
I
I'm like,
know. I'm like, put me in your little pocket.
Yes, and I want to like feel. I'll like hug someone so much. I'm like, I want to fuse
I
into
want
one
to be the
human.
same person as you.
yeah.
merging to one,
Yes,
right?
yes.
No, I totally get
No,
it.
so and then you'll like resent that the next day, and then you're like,
Exactly.
oh, like I want my own time, and they're like, well, you're so confusing.
Yes.
I am.
Oh,
I can't blame them.
Dude, I'll change within 30 minutes. I'll be like, get away from me. We've seen each other too much. And then 30 minutes later, I'm like, I miss you.
The second they're out the door, I miss you so much.
Ew.
Okay, I thought we were on the same page. It's fine though. All right.
I was gonna ask you to elaborate on that feeling of like, oh, this man, he's buttoned up, he's this,
Yeah.
he stabilized me, he's gonna be my rock,
Yeah.
he's the one.
Yeah.
And then even getting to the point of being engaged and realizing, well, maybe he's not the one.
It's so
just-
scary. The engagement, like, yeah, I mean, I think because I was so locked in when I first met him and like that feeling, the intense love I felt, I was like, this is it. Like, I'm not gonna feel this passion for anybody else. Like I let it kind of like just rot, like it carried me. And so I always was like, right off the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna marry this man. And so like even when I wasn't feeling that or I noticed like our day-to-day change and everything was changing, I was like, I'm marrying this man. I'm marrying this man. And then yeah, I don't know. Like then once we got engaged, it was like, well, you get married after you get engaged. So but I started to notice the signs when I kept stalling out the wedding. I was like, I don't, and then my mom's like, pick a date. And I was like, yeah, we're working on it. And then finally I was like, maybe we just get eloped. Maybe just run off. Like, I don't want to. And then I was stressed out about who's coming to the wedding. Is it
Oh.
a streamed thing? Is it a not? Is it like,
That's complicated.
like I was
too.
so stressed by that aspect of it. And like, because no one else had gotten married in our friend group. And I was like, oh, we're going to be the first. We're going to set like this. Yeah, back then, like it was just, so I was like, we're the first.
It kind of scares me. I feel like our friend group doesn't have the greatest track record with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't even have a track record with that yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna re-break the seal?
Oh no, don't worry, guys. Michael and I, we were talking.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, you guys need to.
Please.
Like, we need
We need it.
we need a father and mother figure. We need a good example.
Michael.
We need a good marriage example, and then everyone else will maybe start getting married.
I
don't
really
know.
think it's gonna change so much in the next like couple years. It's gonna go like
the
it's gonna be a
next-
domino effect. Like
I do feel like the next 5 years there's
5
gonna be
years.
some
5
stuff.
years, yeah.
marriage,
Maybe 2,
kids.
3.
Maybe 2, 3.
Maybe 2,
Actually,
3.
Maybe 2, 3. Yeah.
Peter
Ready
and
to go to-
Anita. Peter
Someone's
and Anita.
wedding. I want to go to a nice wedding and they dress up again and be like, oh yeah,
Music.
yeah, no speeches this time, haha. And then just have fun, eat food, and just celebrate the union
Celebrate
of the happy
love.
couple of love
Yeah,
in
yeah.
general.
That's it.
Sorry, I have another
Oh,
question.
she's got a question. Yeah, I got answers. I got
So-
open book.
I'm curious how you feel your relationship with Edison went, because I feel like sometimes relationships that have the most passion at the beginning, sometimes it like fizzles out over time. Or was yours like, oh, there was a strong passion and connection, but then just so many things along the way changed the dynamic? Alternatively, some people like kind of hit it off and then slowly build and it just keeps going up. I don't know. How would you almost like graph your
it.
relationship?
We
Yeah.
we hit it off so intensely. Like we were in Vegas and like I remember like he was in Seattle and I was in LA, but we had this moment in Vegas. We were watching league spring finals. I remember.
Sorry. So,
yeah. It was
man, that's so romantic, Leslie.
we went to
League of Legends.
We were there for League of Legends, and I remember being in we were staring out the window, and we were looking, and we're like, I was like, I want to say something, but I don't know if I can. And he's like, what if I told you like I felt the exact same way?
Oh my
And I was like,
gosh, shut
He
up.
feels the exact same way, and I was like, oh my god. And we like looked, and we're like, maybe it's like worth giving it a try, even though you live here. And we're like, it just doesn't make sense. Anyways, literally 2 weeks later, he's flying down. He's flying me out to Seattle. I'm meeting all his friends. We're on like this insane high. Like I don't even think I'd ever been prouder of something. I was like, oh my god, I found my man.
It
He's
just sounds
perfect.
like a rom-com.
Rom-com, yeah. But also doing a lot very quickly, very early on.
Very. We started here, and like I don't think we ever we started really high,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was always good. And I think then I was like begging him, please move to LA, please move to LA.
Oh,
Yeah, and so then when he did move to LA, at first I was like, yes, he's here, but slowly that's where then you start to see each other every day. You start to see the cracks, and I ignored them for a long time, but both of us did. But then him starting streaming, him getting involved with like all my
Yeah.
friends, him, like, slowly I didn't like the way things were handled, caused a lot of tension. And then, but I still held on. But I guess if I had to graph it, it was like, "Meow," and then it really was like a slow decline. Like it was just kind of like
Aw.
this. And I fought it for so long. And then you just have to accept it at the end. You're like, you know,
That's like
When you can feel like something dying and it's like you're powerless to stop it, almost that feeling. I've had that feeling in some relationships where I'm like, I can sense it dying and
yeah.
deteriorating,
Yeah.
but you're kind of in delulu.
Yes,
Like you
yes.
just keep trying to push it back and then it just dies.
Yeah. I remember I would just ask for more and more time away. I was like, can you not come over?
Oh,
Can you not, I just want some space alone. And then I'm like, can I have 3 more days? And I was like, damn, I'm just
damn.
asking for space now. Like, do I just want to be alone? And he was always so respectful. And then even when we were together, I remember we wouldn't like spend time together. Like you stop, it's so sad, but like we would stop like learning about each other, doing things together.
yeah,
We would just
doing
sit
things
there and
Mhm.
like
together. Yeah,
watch something. And I'm like, we're just
just together.
mindlessly watching
Yeah.
shows together. What is that? Like,
Mhm.
anyway, that was sad.
I have so many
She
questions.
is. I love
Yes,
these
Right, but it's
questions.
because like
yeah,
No, this is an
I'm an
interesting topic.
active listener,
Yeah, no. I would like,
and I also feel like in a way it's very interesting romance data because I really trust you as a data point.
I
You're a
like
friend
that.
that I care about,
Yeah.
a good person. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't asked you this shit before.
I know. Yeah,
this is
I am an
fascinating.
open book with Edison
I
because
love
like
that.
it
I
was
feel like it's been a
so
good amount of
public.
time too, and it was really
It's been years, and
Yeah,
you
both
know,
people have moved on.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
fine.
He's moved
Yeah,
on.
it's all good.
It's all good.
All good.
So yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask, in hindsight, do you feel like you guys starting to stream together and work together and be so involved in each other's lives led to you seeing the incompatibilities? Or do you think there's a world where that never happened? He stayed Microsoft man and maybe it worked out long term. Is that too
Oh.
much to ask? You don't have to answer.
No. I definitely,
Pokey.
yeah, that's a good
Because
question.
I want to know.
Yeah, I do think it was streaming that like
Oh.
Oh,
inevitably,
really?
yeah, I do. I think it's such a intoxicating
It really is.
space.
Mhm.
And toxic.
It is
Toxic,
intoxicating
yeah.
and very toxic, and like you start to see so much of somebody like when they're chasing something, and like when I'm chasing something, when he is, and you're losing yourself in like
Yep.
excitement
Yep.
and like career and growth and like everything. So I saw a lot of sides, and he saw a lot of like nasty sides of me. Like we just both were like, oh. But because it was so different than like the Microsoft man that I honestly it's
Mhm.
my fault for idealizing too. I was like, he's my perfect guy, and he's so stable, and he's got all these tech guys and like tech friends, and I'm learning about stocks, and I'm learning about all this stuff from him. No, he made me a lot of
I
money.
love that.
Thank you, Edison. He made me a lot because he
Aw.
told me to invest in
That's a
Nvidia
man that adds value.
10 years ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Thank
like,
you,
yeah, he
Edison.
actually made me a lot.
Thank you,
I feel I
Edison.
owe you a meal or
W.
something at some point, but like I was
One
like,
meal,
he
a
was literally
Nobu.
Nobu,
Oh,
thank
no.
you. But yeah, all that was so like, oh, I'm learning all his skills and blah blah blah. And he was so good at solving Rubik's cubes, and I was like, I loved Rubik's cubes.
my
I was
God,
like,
I
And that's how he
remember
proposed.
that.
yeah, he proposed in a
Oh
Rubik's
my god, I remember that
cube.
clip.
Yeah.
I remember reacting to
Yeah,
it.
he
on
would
stream.
solve with 2 hands blindfolded. I was like,
Wow.
I do think the closer you are with someone in terms of the work that you do, it sucks to say this, but I feel like you see the bad parts of yourself in them. Because when someone does something completely different, you can almost just like block it out in your mind and idealize it very easily. But if I had a partner who streamed, I could see, like, I know everything about streaming. So everything they do, I feel like I could pick apart whether or not I want to, which is not healthy.
yeah.
I'm like, well, you should do it like this. I don't like that you do that, but I think it's cool that maybe you do that. But I don't know.
Mhm.
That's not necessarily the case, but I could see how your mindset could end up there
Oh,
very easily.
definitely, I started to like see the icks from like because
Streamer icks.
you
So
there
real.
are streamer icks, and because it does stem from your own insecurity about a lot of things, or like you know that it bothers you as a streamer, so of course it's bothering them, but they're not sharing that. And I'm like, I know this is bothering you, just like say it to me, and then like that's something that you just wouldn't know if like he was just not a streamer. And then like I don't know, there was just I really think like dating a streamer is rough. Like sometimes I don't know. So I think it brought out a lot. I didn't. What did you say?
Huh?
What'd you say?
So glad Michael didn't become a streamer.
That's perfect, right?
There's
Like
an alternate universe he did. Thankfully, he fucking hated it.
good. He hated it. Why do you hate it?
He just hates it. He doesn't like it. Just everything about it. I don't know. Sometimes I tell him streamer drama stuff, And he's just like, it's so fun to listen to it because I'm not part of it.
Yeah.
Like, this is like your
And
world,
there is so
and I'm not
much
part of
that
it.
honestly I would like to listen to streamer drama
Oh yeah,
too.
if you weren't part of
Yeah.
it, it'd be so
Yeah, it's like,
interesting.
dude, what?
I
That?
yeah, I feel like
What?
when your partner is in a different world, hearing about their life feels like a break from yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
But then when you're too close, it's like, how the fuck we get no breaks?
Yes, I want to
Hello.
Yeah, I want to come home and like, I'm like, honey, what did you do? And
Yeah.
like, it's so like, like they're talking about their work drama at the coffee table or whatever, or like the coffee machines. And I'm like, oh my God, tell me more, tell me more. Like I get on the phone
Yeah.
with my friend, like from high school, and I love to hear about her neighborhood drama. She has like this
Oh
drama with
my
her like neighbor
God,
Dan.
that's
Yes,
so
I love
mhm.
And she's
that
like, this
stuff
is
too.
probably so boring to you, Leslie. I was like, no, I'm sick of it. Like around me, tell me what's going on at your work. And she's telling, she's giving me all the tea from her work. I'm like, this is what I want from like a relationship versus like, I saw them streaming all day anyway. And like, I know everything they did or like I want to like that separation. That does sound nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Healthy separation.
Healthy. Yeah. But the closer they are, I agree. You start to see all the similarities and then like the insecurities come out because you
Mhm.
know what they're going through so much or then you're just both streamers and then it's just
Wow. Well, would you ever be in a public relationship again?
Mm. Wow. Would I be in a public
Mm.
relationship? Whew, after having to release that like document, I hated that.
Girl,
I
all of us here hate Google Docs.
We
hate
hate it.
documents
We hate
of
a
any
twitlonger.
kind.
We
We
hate
hate
it.
all of them.
'Cause having-
Twitlonger, any large body of text that we must publish, we
it felt dystopian. I was like in the bathroom at an event and I was like, all right, here goes. Tweet. And everyone at the event was like,
Well,
it was actually a terrible, my thought was like, oh, if I'm around a bunch of people at 100 Thieves, like, there's no way I'm gonna act weird. So I was in the bathroom next to Tina and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I tweeted it and immediately I start like sobbing. And then she's like, oh, honey. And then
Baby.
everyone at the event starts getting a little weird around me. Like they all saw it, but they're like, so
Aw.
we need Leslie up. She's gonna get in the go-kart race car. And I'm like,
That's
and everyone's like, hey,
crazy.
you doing okay?
Go-karting after your breakup, Twitlonger?
Like I literally thought because I'm at a
Damn.
public event, I did it
You're so
because
strong.
terrible idea. I'm like, every time someone's like, you all right? I'm like, I'm
Oh,
fine,
no,
I'm fine.
that's so
Give me in the
sad.
car, and action.
Yeah.
Woo! Like I was like, what is
So funny.
happening? I thought, terrible idea. And then I'm sending Edison hearts like, hey, we did it, But I hated that so much. And then people start speculating, oh, based on the wording, you can tell he dumped her, she dumped him. Oh, Leslie always gave me the vibes that she was gonna break up. Oh no, Edison deserved way better than this girl. But you just see people psychoanalyzing, and
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah, but they don't know.
They don't know.
you.
They
They don't
didn't
know
know it.
shit.
And I wasn't too bothered by it. It was just more disturbing. Like, why is
Yeah.
everyone just talking about it? But of course, I gave a
Yeah.
twit longer.
It's like a double-edged sword sort
Yeah,
of thing.
but I felt I owed it so people wouldn't understand. So after that, I
Yeah,
swore to no
understandable.
public relationships ever, never, ever again.
Makes sense.
But going forward, would I? Maybe I would because I also hate like having to be like, oh yeah, single, not single. You know what I mean?
I
hate
think
it.
I made my relationship public because I can't do that. I break. I
Yeah.
would leak it so fast.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen you in Among Us lobbies. We know you can't lie.
You guys never believe me when I
Mhm.
say it's not me.
I believe
Yeah.
you. You're a bad liar. You say it yourself. No, but sometimes you get it. But then when you get away with it, like it's good. You know what I mean? Like with the once in a, it's like, damn, Lily.
My new tactic, if I'm imposter, I don't even bother discussion. I just kill as much people as
And
I
she's
can.
really good at
I just
kill.
kill.
And then you don't say anything.
I don't say shit.
during the
It's
whole
been
meeting.
working.
It
That's
has.
the only way I can do
She
imposter
carried
now.
me in a game recently,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really
That's
fun.
actually
She
smart.
just kills.
Because everybody also, they yap so much that they
Yes.
start to suss each other.
And it's also funny because if
Really?
you get to a round and like a lot of people are dead and someone points at Lily, she'll be like, it's not me. It's not me,
And
guys.
you're like, she wouldn't lie.
And she'll usually get away with it for at least one other round and then she just kills a bunch more and like wins.
Oh, wait, that's smart.
Yeah, no, her
Just
tactic
kill.
functions.
You
I'm
just
gonna try
kill.
because
Every person you see, just kill them.
Amazing.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
And it was so good because you were a partner that one game. I'm like, oh, she's gonna yap for me, and it was like, it just works so well. It was like
Yeah.
president and like vice president, you know?
It's like,
I'm sweet and sour.
wow. Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
What about you guys? Well, I
Ooh.
know you, but like, would you do public,
Um,
or how do you feel about it?
no ring, no name.
Oh.
But ring that name.
So the second you get engaged, it's like, okay, now you can say it.
What?
I just rue the day one day when I must give you away to a guy.
Aw, you need the Lily stamp of approval.
Better be a good guy, you know?
Don't give it so easily. Lily thinks everybody's chill. Not everybody is chill.
No, I don't. I really don't. Like, not actually. No, I do. I do.
I'm like, if you make
Not
my friend
anymore.
happy,
Not anymore.
you know, like if you make my friend or if my friend's like, I love him so much, or he loves me, I'm like, okay, you know. But sometimes I do like question. Like,
Wait, actually,
Have you ever been in a scenario though where your friend he makes me so happy and you're like, I get a bad vibe.
I've had instances in the past where, my boyfriend gave not a bad vibe, but
Oh.
like my friends were like, but then if you're happy, Lily, you know, like
Yeah.
that kind.
Wait, current
Yeah.
or past?
Pass.
Oh,
Way
no,
past.
it's-
No,
Yeah,
everyone
no,
speaks well of
everyone
Michael.
loves
I mean,
Michael.
especially when the relationship is bad, your friends can tell when the relationship is
Yeah,
But
bad.
sometimes like you can't tell because you're so delulu.
Yeah.
And then like afterwards you're like, holy fuck, I was so delulu.
Yeah.
And you just try to learn from it.
Yeah. I think I'd want.
I want my friends to
I
tell
want my
me.
friends to tell me.
Yeah. Like I think if my friends liking my boyfriend is so important now.
Yeah.
It is so important. My friends don't approve. I'm like, well,
Same.
Yeah, that's a big one. If I am seeing somebody and you guys do not
but if like
click with
all
him,
your friends are like, Leslie, we gotta talk.
sitting your ass
An
down.
intervention for your friend's boyfriend is
man is
crazy.
problematic.
Your boy. No, it's like he just smokes a lot of ketamine. We just want the best for you, Leslie.
I
and
would
you-
drop him immediately. Actually, you know that's crazy. Like I could be in the longest, like ready to be engaged, and if all my friends sat me down and said, we don't like,
Mhm.
we out of love, we don't think
mean,
it's right."
Actually, I do trust
Immediately.
our friend group
Yeah,
so much.
so
I
much.
would do the same.
Yeah. Like, damn, all of you don't like him, then
That's
yeah,
a big problem. If all your friends don't like,
to the point where
your
they're sitting
boyfriend.
you down for an intervention.
that's crazy. Like
he's-
something's wrong.
Yeah. Then I'm like, I'm blinded.
You want your friends to speak highly of your SO.
Exactly.
Because they're like
It's
a reflection
so
of you too, kind of. You know?
They are. They're
Yeah.
an extended
Like,
arm sometimes.
Yeah, you chose them, so.
Yeah. So it's like, you know,
So
The
your
family
SO
we choose.
better be fucking S plus 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 tier, okay?
Thanks, honey.
Like, what's your type preference?
Oh yeah. What
Like,
are you looking for? If you
what
had to
do
like
you-
describe.
Why are you guys asking me? This is a Leslie
Because
episode.
we haven't you haven't discussed this in any of the past Sweet and Sour episodes. So I'm going in. What's the type preference?
You're so
she's so
We want to know.
We invited our number one
As
fan
a
on the
viewer,
She's so cute.
I'm
Yes.
here. I
So
infiltrated the
cute.
pod.
my type. Okay, personality wise or looks wise?
Both.
Which one first?
6'5".
Blue eyes.
Fi-
What was it?
finance.
Looking for a man in finance.
I'm not looking for a man in finance because they have too many long hours.
Oh,
I need a man who gives me a lot of attention.
Oh, wow.
That song was very funny.
Should
We
we
can
sing this
insert the
on Patreon?
TikTok reference. Personality, I need someone who is very emotionally mature. Like if I can't conflict resolve with you in a way that doesn't make me want to rip my hair out, what is
High
we
EQ.
gonna do?
Yeah.
And I like guys who are smart because I feel like that's probably the biggest way that someone can provide value in my life by teaching me things and wanting to learn things with me because that's an issue that I had in past relationships too where I felt like the other person didn't want to grow alongside me.
Yeah.
And you kind of you don't know that immediately, but you kind of learn that like a couple years in.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that I have trouble with because I feel like that's such a main component of what makes me happy in life. So I need someone who can really root for that part of who I am.
You deserve that.
You're so cute. Thanks, honey. Looks wise, honestly, I like guys who are, this is how I describe it, nerdy adjacent.
Wait, I'm the same.
You know?
Yes, nerdy. I like it,
Nerdy,
yeah.
but like a little handsome.
Yeah, nerdy handsome.
Yeah.
I
Nerdy.
like that nerdy, jacked.
Jacked.
Oh, so you think Michael's jacked, huh?
You like
I get
jacked.
it. He's been trying
Uh,
all the protein bars.
Jacked. Under 5'4". Filipino.
Yo, she fell for that Pinoy
Filipino.
swag. Yeah. Didn't you, huh? You fell victim to it, huh?
Oh,
Swagalicious.
swagalicious is crazy, Lily.
Oh my
Keep it in your
lord!
pants.
Somebody
Keep it in your pants.
Lily, Leslie, do we need an intervention for Lily?
We might need to sit you down,
Oh
Lily.
my lord.
Oh God.
Yeah, you are. All right. You're so cute for that question. I want to do an episode 2 soon already. See you in a month. Because I feel like we have so much more to
I'll
discuss.
come back anytime.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I feel like we
We're
can keep
all,
going.
yeah, we're like at almost an hour and a half. And to get to that mark, let's do a quick slice of life advice.
Is this read?
Yes.
Ooh, the questions from last episode were
So-
insane.
So juicy, right?
I was like, what the?
She stepped in.
Kissing
Period.
4 guys is crazy.
Right?
That one, and then, oh man, that was insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 25, and my best friend Mark was in a long-distance relationship with Clara.
Always a Clara.
We became okay friends, and I thought she was a bad match for Mark since he's emotionally distant and she seemed to need someone present. Sometime last year, they had a bad breakup. Okay, Mark and Clara broke up, right? Okay, sorry, I'm just downloading. Okay. And there was no question in my mind they were ever going to be together again, and both started sleeping with other people. One night, me and Mark hung out and ended up hooking up. It was a bit of a shock since me and Mark have been friends for so long. I never thought of him romantically either, but it happened 3 more times after. Oh, what a big dummy wait, what? Sorry.
I
Oh,
was.
what a big dummy I was. Turns out they weren't actually broken up, but just on a break.
Girl, what?
Clara was very honest about seeing other people while they were on a break. Mark eventually confessed after a month that he hooked up with another girl from Tinder, but didn't say a word about me, and Clara was still upset with him about it. Now they're together again. She moved into my city with him. We've become such close friends on a deeper level than I ever was with Mark. Oh, her and Clara became besties.
Yes.
We do everything together. I'm dying to tell her, but she would never forgive me. Am I evil? Should I feel ashamed for even trying to become friends with Clara after she came to the city? Please help me. I don't want to lose them, but Clara also deserves to know. Love you guys. I feel like I've let everyone down who made me who I am, but I hope there's redemption for me somewhere. Peace.
This is one of the hardest ones that's ever been submitted, actually.
What? Okay.
Okay, guys, how would you feel if you and your partner went on a break, right? You both slept with people, whatever. And then you get back together and you become super, super, super good friends with one of his friends. Now your new BFFL tells you, I slept with your boyfriend.
Yeah, it would be really, really hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like they weren't good friends like when they hooked up. What's the like they became good friends.
But also,
Between Mark and the original person, they've been friends for like 12 years.
Mark and Clara?
No.
Mark and the
Mark and OP.
OP,
Mark
yeah.
and OP have been friends for 12 years.
Yeah. And so then once Mark started seeing Clara, OP wasn't like good friends with Clara.
Wasn't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like they were just like passive.
Okay.
But then OP hooked up with Mark
And then
and
Clara
then
and her.
became besties
Oh,
with
this
Clara
is-
after.
This is gonna eat at you.
Yes.
And I do think you
I feel like you
sit
cannot
down.
really have a friendship without saying it. But then my other concern, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it weird that Mark hasn't told her that it was Clara yet either?
Yes.
I think that's weirder. Because like Clara and Mark are a couple. You should
Mark
share
hasn't told
that.
Clara that
Mark has not
Oh.
told Clara that it was OP.
Oh.
hooked up with.
And
Mark-
also OP is like BFFs with Clara now.
the longer it
I
goes.
think you should tell.
Absolutely.
I think the right thing is for her to know.
She's not even wondering if she should tell. She's wondering, is she evil? Should I feel ashamed for even trying to become friends with Clara? Girl, we can already tell this is eating you up. And
yeah, look at
I'm
it,
telling
please
you
help
right
me.
now, it's gonna be nuclear.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna be nuclear. But you need to do it. Otherwise, your mental's gonna be nuclear.
Of course, there's redemption for you. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't. It's not the
You
end
seem
of
like
the
you have
world.
bad
Yeah, you seem
No,
like you
you're-
have a
You
you're
do sound like
good.
you got caught up in a very messy situation, though.
Yeah.
I would say the fact that you are even sending this in and curious about what to do and wondering these questions goes to show that you're not evil. And you can do the right thing. And also, Mark's being a little sussy too.
Yeah,
Mark is being
should have
a
said
bit
that.
weird.
But I do think like sitting her down in a really loving way, and like you saying it's coming from a really like because you want to maintain the friendship. I think that'll like it'll come across really well because you want because you want to say you want to have a genuine relationship with her like that. I think. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna
No,
go.
I
but I really
completely
think
agree.
so.
I think it would make a big difference to be honest about how much you care about your friendship and how difficult it was for you to say this because you don't want to ruin it. And also, frankly, to kind of leave the ball in her court. Like, you must feel really weird. Maybe you're mad at me. Your feelings are genuinely so valid. But I want you to know, like, whether you want to be friends now or in the future, like, I will be here. Because I can imagine if I was in her shoes, I might have a very strong initial reaction, but then that might pass with time, maybe relatively quickly, maybe not. And you guys can definitely mend the friendship, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I were told that by OP, I would then redirect my anger to my fucking boyfriend.
Yeah. Like, why
Who
didn't
should
you?
tell me?
Who owes it? Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I think Mark is weird here.
Not us just talking shit about Mark. All the Marks listening are like,
You missed the mark. All right.
What, so these are like listeners? They like
Mhm.
send in.
We
Oh my
just
God.
give them advice.
You can do it. Sit her down.
Good luck.
yes. All right. Well, thank you so much, Leslie, for such a fantastic episode that I'm like, let's do this 3 more times.
Again.
It was so fun. We could talk for hours. There's a billion things we didn't even touch on, and we could like
Yeah,
talk
exactly.
10 years of friendship and drama and this and that. We could just go.
Remember what they said? When it's me and you in a room, it's gonna be Yappington 5000.
Yeah, we could just.
It'll never end.
It won't. Because we have, and then things will trigger a thought like, oh my God, remember 2020?
Oh, I was wondering
2015?
this, and I never got to ask you
I know,
this.
and
What
then
about
Among Us, and then boom, and then remember this, and then that, and traveling this, and then like there's just a billion things because we've been 10 years. I was like, damn, we could rewind time, start the podcast, and it'd be a totally different. We never talked about any of this stuff, and we would still like have so much more time.
to
We could have
discuss.
this same podcast like I want to say like 40 times over, and we would not repeat things.
And it's so nice that you're local, so we maybe could do it a few times more.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. Please shout out anything you would like, anything you're working on, anything you're excited about. Shout out your mom. Literally whatever you
mom
want.
and my dad are pretty cool. And my brother, he's cool too.
Aw.
And friends and my cats. My cats are both
And
cool.
what about you, Fuslie?
And yeah, Fuslie, I guess, on everything. Fuslie.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
See you in the next
Thanks for having me.
See you on the Patreon, baby.
We are doing a D&D alignment sort of thing with our friends, 9 of our friends, including us.
Guys, we're all a part of the Sweet and Sour team here. The numbers.
Hi, Aria. Come.
It's a Patreon segment. We're vibing.